If I put it down, you can take it. Maybe you can take it. If I put it down, you can have it. Maybe you can have it.
Does Luna do anything else besides dance? Well, Mama.
Wow, what a great question.
Screaming.
So, I go to the same school as Daisy. We met because she did a major in public health. I did a minor in public health. My minor in public health is now completed. My major is biology, and I have another minor in history. However, because of how things are right now, I cannot carry on with my biology major because that requires in-person classes, which we are simply not offering right now. I have considered to maybe expand my history minor to a major because at least I can do all of those classes online. But right now I study when COVID isn't happening. I like to travel around. I like to go places. Right before COVID got really bad, I went to Hawaii. It was beautiful. In April, when it's around my birthday, if things are back to normal, I'm supposed to be going to France and Greece. I volunteer sometimes, do community service. Sometimes it's with organizations that have to do with the university. I volunteer at animal shelters. I help with like food pantries and stuff like that. It just kind of depends. Hang out with people. I play Animal Crossing. I practice stuff with Daisy. I like to try to work out regularly, but when I'm at the club, I don't really go to the gym or anything because that in itself is a bit of a workout. I have a cat that I can take care of. You guys have met Saturn and the Luna Takeover vlog. I have, there isn't as much to do right now. In general, I just like to explore. I like to go out places. I like to learn new things, hence why I have so much tacked on to my education. But right now it's kind of at a halt because of COVID, which is very sad to me because, you have goals and stuff. My goal is to go to grad school and do a concentration on neurobiology and do research into things like schizophrenia, Alzheimer's, dementia. It's basically anything to do with the brain. I want to learn more about the brain. But yeah, that's what Luna does. Luna just be vibing. I write poems. That's a thing I do. I read a lot. I'm very nerdy. And if I do start a YouTube, y'all, I'm sorry, it's probably not going to be as interesting as this. I will be reading my poems to y'all. So sorry. I want to write. That's another thing I want to do. I want to publish a poetry book. Because someone's going to read these shit. So, I do a little bit of everything. A little bit of nothing. Right now, it's mainly just trying to survive and get by, considering the circumstances of the world, Oh, I did just go to the mountains over the weekend. And, it was a little bit underwhelming, but it was nice overall. I went to a vineyard where we had the cider that we're drinking. Do you like the cider?
I haven't tried it yet.
So yeah, that's what Luna does.
How long have we been friends?
We knew each other for a while before
we weren't friends at first. We were just president and co-president of a student organization.
Yeah, because it's just that we both had a lot we were doing a lot academically, and so we didn't really hang out outside of the club that we were in because we both had our own schedule going on. And also, I don't know if it was the format of the club or whatever. It was kind of hard to make friends with people there. For me, anyway.
I wouldn't want you to make friends, so I didn't care. I think we became friends because I started working at her club.
Yeah,
that's when we really started being
close. We would kind of hang out because I would help her with responsibilities as the vice president, and we would have to organize meetings and events. And I think there was some point where I kind of just casually mentioned that I was...
I remember the day that you did it.
Oh, really?
We had just finished, so we would have general body meetings. We had just finished the meeting. We were walking to the parking lot. We were in the parking lot, and you were like, oh yeah, I remember how you were saying you really wanted to be a stripper, and I've been a stripper. I've been stripping for 2 weeks now. And I was like, what?
You're like, tell me more.
Tell me more. Tell me everything. I was like, it's okay if I ask you questions. Can I, what is it like? Where do you strip? And she answered the questions with no problem. and stuff. Because I remember you first had a friend who was a stripper.
Yeah.
But I won't really. I never talked to her.
Yeah.
And then you became a stripper.
Yeah, they would just run into each other at parties. Because that's another thing. I would invite her to parties and stuff, and like some other people are. Because me and my roommate, my older roommate, we would throw parties, and it would be like 50, 60 people in a two-bedroom apartment. And I invited her to one of them. That's right.
You invited me to a few.
Yeah.
Before I was a stripper.
Yeah. So like we would kind of we would hang out close when we were like drunk and stuff. But it's like we weren't like super, super close like that, you know?
Yeah, we weren't as close as we are now.
You know?
But stripping really brought us together.
Yeah, and she met my friend who was a stripper because every time I had a party, she would be wearing the least amount of clothes. Yes, but she would make it work
Cute.
some type of way.
Always fucking cute.
Yeah.
And now I worked at the last Black Booty Club that I worked at was with her friend. So
where we time that we became friends then?
when was our president? 2018?
Oh my god, that feels like so long ago.
Right. But it was 2018. I gave it up in 2019.
Okay.
So like 2018. So 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years.
Well, that'd be 2021.
Almost 3.
Yes.
Because I assumed my duties of president like at the beginning of 2018.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, boom. Almost 3 years, y'all. How do we stay in shape besides the club?
She eats healthy. I eat like trash. I don't want to be that bitch, but I have a high metabolism. Like, I just know that I do, because my mom does. My mom eats like trash and all that, and she's like essentially my size. And my dad like works out constantly and all that, but my mom doesn't have to. Also growing up, I did a lot of sports. I did gymnastics, ballet, volleyball, softball, swimming. So, I mean, maybe that's helped me like maintain kind of an athletic build. Also, like the campus where we went to school, there were a lot of steps.
That was my workout.
Yeah, there were a lot of steps. There were a lot of slopes. And it was like it really wasn't driver friendly. Like even if you had your car, it would be very difficult to just drive class to class because then you'd spend 20 minutes trying to find a spot in the parking deck. So I definitely say probably the campus we went to school also contributed to that.
That's why I don't know how people gain freshman 15 there because I lost weight going there. Literally lost weight. I was thicker and then I lost weight and then I gained it again. Yeah, I would purposefully like not take the campus shuttles and walk everywhere so that I could get my steps in. And then I used to go to pole classes, but you know, Corona and stuff, and my pole instructor's trashed at organizing anything. So I stopped doing that. But now I'm trying to just, you know, I got my little pole or whatever. I'm trying to work out at home. Other than that, I've never been athletic. I've never done sports. I've always been a bookworm. So, yeah, fuck that. The only fitness I will do is pole. And that's because it's fun and it's interesting. And so I'm just naturally small. My mom was small. My grandma was small. It's just genetic. So I'm not even really in shape. I'm just fucking small. As y'all can see, like my mom didn't get to 100 pounds until she got pregnant with me.
Oh my god.
That's how small we are.
Oh my god.
I just got thicker with it. She was just skinny. I'm just
I'm skinny like my mom. That's why I don't got a big boob.
You got booty though.
Not big booty.
But you got booty.
Anyway. But yeah, also working in the club with pole. That's a pretty good workout. I have resistance bands that I try to do like crunches and thigh workouts, and I'm not frequent with my workouts like I should be. Like at the beginning of the pandemic, I went like once or twice a week, and now I don't go to the gym or like workout room like me. But I have like at-home resistance bands, which I have neglected.
Yeah, I'm just a couch potato. I don't work out unless it's a pole. Oh my god, cookies are ready.
Yay!
How did it go when my mom found out I was a stripper? It wasn't too bad. So I told y'all she found out, she saw the story. She saw my story when I posted it on my stripper Instagram of me at the new club on the hoop. Then she saw that Instagram because Instagram suggested the profile to her. It snitched on me. She was like, oh, that looks like my daughter. Let me click on the profile. She clicked on it and then saw it was me. And she was like, what the hell? So then she clicked the link, my YouTube link, and went and watched all my videos. So she found out about me, about Luna, about everything. And then she waited 2 weeks to confront me about it.
Yeah.
So I didn't talk to her for a few days. I didn't text her about anything for a few days because I was nervous. Then like I sent her some money for my car insurance. And I was like, okay. Then I called her, I talked to her like a week later and everything was fine. 2 weeks will go by. We're having a regular conversation. Oh, so what's this, the shy stripper thing on Instagram? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? What's the shy stripper? I was like, what about it? She was like, so you're stripping. I was like, technically not anymore. And she was like, so the pole that was in your apartment that she claimed was for fitness, you're really a stripper. And I was like, well, technically it was for fitness because we were in quarantine, which is true. I was not stripping at that time.
Okay.
But basically it was an emotional roller coaster of a phone call. There's some tears shed. She got mad at me for not. She was really just upset that I didn't tell her, which I don't know why I would just come up and tell my mom, hey, I'm a stripper. I mean, some moms, you know, are okay with it and whatnot, but my mom is not the type to just be like, okay with me telling her that information. She's going to react. So,
Which apparently she did.
Which she did. But I guess it was better that she found out this way because she had time to calm down.
Yeah.
She even talked to her husband about it and he calmed her down. So it is what it is. But yeah, she was mainly upset because I didn't tell her. She feels like I should have told her. She feels like I should have told her because I'm her daughter. But either way, she's like, I know you're grown, so you're gonna do what you wanna do. And of course I don't want you doing that, but you know, you're gonna get your money how you do it. And was just assessing how I felt emotionally about everything. And I was just like, I really don't feel any type of way emotionally from it now. It's mainly like all the other stuff in my life that I was struggling with emotionally at the time. Yeah, she knows I'm a stripper now. I don't know if she still watches my videos.
Probably.
If she does, hey mom.
Hey, thanks for praying for us.
Yeah, she was saying she's gonna pray for us and all that.
You mentioned to her you made your tuition money through that?
Yeah, she saw it on the vlog. She was like, I saw you were stripping for your tuition, so I understand why you're doing it. Stuff like that, so. Whatever. She was like, I'm not worried about your protection or anything because I've already prayed over you, so you're covered by... You're covered. And I'm like, okay, great. I'm glad you're praying over me. I'm glad you're praying over Luna. Good. It's fine. We're still fine. Like, we're still talking like normal. Nothing really changed. How's it going with the longer hair? I don't have long hair anymore. I mean, I have it. It's just on my mirror over here. I take it on and off, but I think I did make more money with the longer hair. It's just... Honestly, I feel like I low-key should have gone back to the black club with the longer hair because I feel like I would have made more money with the longer hair in the black club than at this club. Even though I did do pretty okay at this club. Plus, we're in a pandemic, so I think I still would have made even more money had I had the longer hair like last year or something.
Yeah.
So, overall, it was a good change for me. Some of my regulars didn't like it, and it's like one of my Hispanic regulars was like, I liked you better with your fluffy hair, and I was like,
you mean your natural hair?
Yeah, he needs my natural hair. I was like, oh well, gotta switch it up sometimes, so I was up. But yeah, overall, the white boys at this club, which is more of what they were anyway, were more receptive to the longer hair, so I can say that. How do we get our dance names?
You go first.
I've been talking like 2 questions straight.
Well, at the time, I had been thinking about stripping for like a good probably like 2 months to like a couple weeks. And I was talking to my roommate and my ex, which I lived with at the time, fantastic. about it, and we were basically, they were trying to go over the logistics with me. They're like, oh, how are you gonna do this? What are you gonna wear? Blah, 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 blah. We're like, well, we gotta find a stage name. And we just Googled most popular stripper names, and Luna was in like the top 10. And also, I like space, as you can tell by my cat's name being Saturn. I'm just really interested in space, and I like Luna. It's the Latin word for the moon, so I'm into astrological stuff. I used to want to be an astrophysicist, and then I realized I'm too bad at math. So I said no thank you. So Luna was a good fit. I feel like it fits my personality. Yeah.
I got Daisy because I have a tattoo on my spine all the way down my back of daisies. I just thought it was cute, so I was like, well, fuck it. When I'm shaking ass, they're gonna see the tattoo, so I might as well say Daisy. What's funny money?
Well, you've got more experience with me.
Okay, so the first club that I worked at and the club that Luna and I have been working at recently, it's like a chain of clubs here, and it includes like 2-3 more clubs here in this area. But basically, those clubs are the ones that do the funny money. I haven't seen any other clubs in the state do funny, or at least in the city do funny money besides them. Basically, it's like little, I don't want to say it's like a ticket, but it is kind of like a
coupon.
Like a coupon. Basically, if a customer does not have cash and say they don't want to use the ATM at the club because the ATM charges 1,000 fees, they can get funny money from the bartender. They just use their card and it comes out like coupons. So they're like $20, maybe $10 and $100 worth of funny money that you can get at a time for the amount. So they can give it to you, the dancer, after you're done with your dance, and then you can go turn it in once you're done. But you don't get the full portion of the funny money, which is
annoying.
Infuriating. After you just did that fucking dance for that annoying ass customer.
Yeah, like don't come into the club and be like, oh, I don't want to, if you don't have cash on you, don't come into a strip club and be like, I don't want to use the ATM, let me get this fucking funny money. You about to make it rain funny money on a bitch? What the fuck are you doing?
Cash at me.
First of all, just the name. You won't roll up in a strip club and be like, let me get some funny money so I can pay for these dances.
But they usually do get it when they run out of cash and they still want to keep going, or they don't want to use the ATM. But at this club that we've recently been dancing at, I've only had
it once.
I've had 2 customers pay me funny money, and I've only worked there 6 times. So
I've only had it once, and I've been there more than 6 times.
But basically, this club charges them like hella money to just get the funny money. Like, the guy needed $105 for funny money, and he ended up paying like $123. He first had to pay $110.
So what's the point? You might as well go to the ATM.
The ATM was broke. He had to pay $110. No, he needed $105. He had to pay $110 just to get the $105. Then and asked for a tip, and his drunk dumbass pressed the tip and ended up paying like $123 when he only needed $105. And then out of the $105, I think I only got like 90 something. No, yeah, 90 something or $100. But they take a certain percentage out of it, and it's not fair. And
wait, do you think they just took that because that was your fee for the dance?
No, I still had to pay my fee for the dance.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, don't use funny money.
Don't use funny money. We hate that shit.
We do.
I mean, if it's the last resort, fine. I still need to get my money, but
again, I have Cash App, I have Venmo.
Right. I will exhaust all those choices before funny money.
I have Zelle.
What should you know after you pass your audition?
I mean, I never had an actual audition.
Hasn't it been 3 minutes? Wait, y'all, I don't want the cookies to burn. Bitch, you put it in for 3 hours.
I thought that was supposed to be 3 minutes.
I knew you did it for 3 hours. These cookies is burnt.
Oh! I thought it was 3 minutes, not 3 seconds.
Why is Luna trying to burn the cookies?
They ain't that bad. They really ain't that bad.
What should you know after you pass your audition? So I'm guessing like when you start working your real girl shift.
Yeah. I just told you I never had to do an actual audition.
Well, either way, it's like even after the whole audition process, with it not even just being you actually being on stage, just like
okay, talk to every customer. I know a lot of them don't look approachable. I know a lot of them probably like you're not attracted to them and something like that. But that's just better for your odds. Yeah, you're going to get rejected by customers.
a lot.
A lot of them are going to be like, no. But you're going to end up leaving with more money than if you're sitting there being picky about who you approach.
That's true, and I be picky, so.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
I stay on stage, so I make it work.
And I be picky, and then at the end of the night, I talk to some of the girls who I know, bless them, they're cute, but they can't dance like that. And they're like, oh, I only made this much. But you see them go to all the customers, so they have more. Because they went and made that effort to talk to everybody.
It depends. Okay, yeah. So when you're first working, definitely talk to everyone until you get like how you need to work. Because everybody has different styles of working. Some girls are going to be more stage girls. Some girls are going to be more floor girls, meaning they're going to go talk. They can go and talk to customers and convince them to go get VIPs or rooms. If you're a stage girl, you're more likely to make money on stage. I think at this club we work at, I'm more of a stage girl now because I just don't feel like talking to them. Honestly.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of come with like, I don't know if it's because we weren't at the club for a long time or if it's because we're more experienced, but I get much more annoyed dealing with customers now. I just kind of push through it. Like, it's not as bad as like when I talked about in the vlog where I kind of went around the club and I was like, I'd be leaving and my jaw be clenched the whole night. I haven't been that bad in a while. But I've just noticed it does get more agitating. And I think that part of it is the fact that it is the pandemic and that people know that a lot of people are struggling for money, yet you still have customers that come in there and waste your time. I think part of it is being kind of aware of that situation and that people kind of have the nerve or the audacity to do that.
But it depends. At the black club that I was working at, I had to be a floor girl. Like, you had to work the floor there unless you really knew how to shake your ass in so many different ways. And I just don't know that. I know enough to do a table dance, so there I was floor, and you really, really had to talk to everyone.
Oh, here's a tip though. If you go and let's say it's like two guys and there's a girl already talking to one of them, usually if one of the guys goes to get a VIP, the other one will follow because you don't want to sit there alone.
True. Because I did that with one girl my first night at this club we've been working at. There was 3 guys who had came in. One had already gone to the VIP, so 2 were just sitting down. I had went and got this girl. I was like, hey girl, you wanna go talk to these guys with me? She was like, who those like those white guys over there? She was like, okay. Otherwise she wouldn't have gone to talk to them. We went over there. I convinced the first guy to get a VIP, and since the other guy saw that me and him were going, he was now going to bring old girl.
Like, sometimes if it's only you and it's 2 guys, you can convince one of them. It's just a lot easier because either they feel bad leaving their friend there all alone, or the other one's like, oh, well, I don't have anyone, you know? So
sometimes they just need like a little push.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like when guys are tipping on stage, they need to see other people tip first, and then they're like, oh yeah, I forgot I should tip on.
So it can be useful to like team up with girls and all that.
Even if it's girls you don't like.
Yeah, I did that a lot in my old club. You know who I'm talking about.
I know, because I had to
like,
team up with them too.
And it's because there was one of them in specific, and she hated me, but a lot of the same customers like both of us. So I'm like, I don't give a shit. Come on, girl, he wants both of us. She's
Which
like,
is weird.
She's like, oh, okay. And we would be sitting back. You saw us that one time. We were sitting at the VIP. You were on stage, and you're like, oh, they're talking. They're having a conversation.
I did. I was good.
Yeah, she was on stage. Like, what's going on?
I was really like concerned for her. I was like, do I need to pop up in here real quick? What the fuck?
So yeah. I mean, they might not like you, but they like money.
And they gonna do what it takes to get the money. Also, just be aware, everyone is not, I know we talk about how the girls are nice and you see us in the vlogs and lives and the girls are nice. That's not like it everywhere. this city is not like super big on strip club. We don't make a whole bunch of money in these strip clubs, to be honest. Not like some of the strippers do in Atlanta and stuff. It's possible, but it's not like that every day.
Yeah, this isn't a cutthroat place like that.
So don't be discouraged if you're not instantly making a whole bunch of money, if you're not getting the attention that you think you should be receiving, if the girls aren't as friendly as you see us when we're interacting with them, and they could be fake for all we know also. So just don't get discouraged about your experience, and don't compare your experience with what you see from ours. Because I was doing that with like the bigger YouTubers like Stripper Life of Bree and stuff like that. But I also remember when she started earlier in the pandemic, and it was a lot slower for her, but she learned her niche. It took her some time to build that up. So it just takes time in finding the right club for you.
And that is another thing to take into account. If you start right now during the pandemic, I'm gonna just tell you right now, I track my money and how much I make.
This ain't shit.
I made half, if that, of what I made pre-COVID. Half. So, and I know what I'm doing. Like, it's not that I don't know how to dance. It's not that I don't know how to approach guys. It's just the matter that obviously people aren't going to go out and spend money as much in a pandemic. And even if people are willing to spend money in a pandemic, some people just don't want to go out in a pandemic. And that's just a fact of nature right now. You know, it's probably not the best time. I know there's a lot of girls that might still try it right now, but keep that in mind. Yeah. It's just not as easy right now to make money.
Don't be afraid to club hop either. If you see you're not making money at, you done did the audition, and that's how it was at that club we worked at. I was like so excited to get in at the club because I thought like it was a beautiful club. Don't get me wrong, but I just we worked at the first one.
Oh yeah.
It was beautiful, but for me personally, I just want the look. Like I want what the customers were looking for, so I wasn't making as much money. So it was best for me to secretly, because we weren't supposed to. Yeah. But secretly work at another club to make more money.
Yeah, meanwhile, I made money there. And I couldn't understand why she wasn't making money because she dances better than me. And she got a bigger booty than me. So I was like, why the fuck ain't she making money? And that's just how it is. So like, when she went to her other club, I'm just like, I support you. You go get your money, I'm gonna get my money. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, so just, if it don't work out, go to another club because it's just not meant for you. What do you recommend for auditions? You didn't really audition, but how did you prepare yourself to even go to the clubs though? Like you're mentally, physically, whatever.
I mean, yeah, that's been a really shit. For my first club, I just kind of put like, it wasn't stripper apparel, but it was just something that made my body look nice without me having to take my clothes off. Like, come in wearing something you feel confident in. It doesn't have to be like anything fancy or flashy, just something where you're like, I know I look good in this. And come in like carrying yourself like you know what you're doing. And also like, yes, I know it's a strip club, but whenever you go talk to the manager, it's still you going to get a job. So talk professionally. You know what, ask questions if you have any questions about it. Make sure you understand fully what's going on, what is fully expected of you, because some clubs expect more than others. Some clubs, like every club has different rules, stuff like that. So I say, if you are able to do your research, like for example, I had friends that were strippers, so I would ask them about it a little bit. I didn't even know what a house fee was when I was first like trying to go to the club. She's like, do you have your house fee? I'm like, no, what? My hand. But yeah, do your research as much as you can. Get in the mental mindset and just, I mean, at some clubs, they're not going to let you start the first day after the interview, but some will. If you plan to start that day, then, you know, just have your stuff ready. Have a bag, get a dance bag together, make sure you have your essentials. Sometimes even overpack, you might want to change outfits. The club might not like allow you to wear what you specifically wanted to wear, like you end up in a club where they're like, you gotta wear a dress, blah, blah, blah. I say my advice is there's no such thing as being over-prepared. Because no matter how much you prepare, if it's your first time stripping, you're not prepared until you start.
But I had auditioned.
I'm gonna eat cookies.
Hopefully they're not burned.
Shut the fuck up.
just be prepared to audition on stage. Because even though it's really rare, I've only auditioned on stage at one club.
They're still soft.
I heard that.
They're like a big crunch.
Anyways, be prepared to audition on stage. Okay.
I'm trying to show you what's not for that crunch.
Okay, I see. Damn. For auditions, yeah, like Luna said, just be prepared. Be over prepared if you can. Bring all your shit. Don't be that girl who goes there and is like, it's my first day, but I don't have this, that, and the third. Can I borrow this?
I already know who you're talking about. I already know who you're talking about.
That's just irritating as fuck. Bring your shit, okay? Bring your deodorant with you because you want to make sure you're not musty.
Bring perfume.
Bring some smell goods. Don't ask to borrow nobody else's smell goods.
It don't matter if it's like Bath and Body Works or anything like that. It don't gotta be nothing expensive.
Just whatever.
As long as you smell okay.
And
like,
it goes good with your body chemistry.
You're like, it's a strip club.
Bring your, if you can, bring your pleasers. Do not come up in there like Luna with some regular heels. Because we're gonna know you're a beginner. So if you don't want to be like,
I mean, they were already gonna know.
Okay, granted, but at least you look somewhat prepared.
Yeah.
So at least you'll look the part until you get on stage and
Yeah, definitely get pleasers because pleasers are also, they're designed for the stage. Because all that time, when I first started, I thought it would be easier for me to walk on stage because I had on regular heels. Nah, regular heels aren't made for the stage.
Get your pleasers. They got payment plans. You don't have to buy them straight out, but just prepare in advance.
But if it is your first pair, I do recommend, if you do have a store around that sells them, to go try them on first to make sure they do fit right in your size, because sometimes you might have to size up or size down depending on what kind of shoe it is.
True. Bring your bag. Bring something to keep your money in.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Please.
Keep that thing on you. Keep your money bag on you.
Don't lose your money. Don't trust nobody with your money. Don't leave your money with nobody. Don't trust nobody on your first day, honestly. Like, you can be nice, but don't be a dumbass, naive little deer in the headlights type of bitch, because people are going to try you sometimes on your first day just to see what you're made of. So just be prepared for that. You don't have to go in there like aggressive, but just come in mentally ready.
Yeah.
Watch some stripper vlogs like this to prepare yourself to see what goes on. Honestly, I had never been to the strip club until I had auditioned for that first club that I ended up working at. But you can go in as a customer. It's actually hella fun. Just make sure you bring some money, and if you're getting a dance, maybe get a dance, like a $10 dance, and ask the girl questions while she's dancing. Or just pay her to ask a few questions. Like, that's a good way to know.
That is.
How, like, especially if you're scoping a specific club, go in there, pay her, ask her questions. I'm pretty sure she'll be more likely to answer it if you pay her for her time.
Facts.
Come looking cute.
I might have said that.
Yeah, but just to reiterate, come looking cute. Because I realized when I was going to audition at the main big booty club, I was not looking cute. Like, I looked cute for like a normal everyday going out and doing my day, but I didn't look cute enough to where they would hire me at a strip club. Like, I wasn't wearing heels, I was wearing sneakers. I had on some biker shorts, which did make my butt look real fat, and I was thick then. But still, the outfit was kind of cute if I had dressed it up a little bit more. My natural hair was out. That was not the club to be going over there with natural hair. So dress how you think you should dress according to the club. If the club is a more upscale club, dress a little bit more upscale to fit in with the atmosphere when you're going to audition. Because I wasn't paying attention to that. I was just like, oh yeah, I think I got a nice body, I'm gonna go audition. No. Denied. And then sometimes they won't even tell you why they won't hire you either. Most times they won't. So just be prepared for that. And just, if you really want to get in, just keep trying.
Yeah, that is another thing. Because we even have girls around here that we're friends with, and they've worked at a certain club before, and they go to start working there again, and they don't let them back in. Like, they have already worked at the damn club, and they're like, oh no, not this time. So keep that in mind.
honestly, just be prepared for some new shit every day. Because there's always something different going on. Never a dull moment. Well, except for when it's slow. But even then, some crazy shit can pop off. So somebody else, this is my last question kind of. Somebody else had asked me about like taxes, doing your taxes and stripping. And they were saying that a lot of dancers don't touch on that really. And a lot of them probably don't do that because they probably don't do their taxes. They don't file their stripping money for their taxes.
Here's what you need to know. If you are a stripper, that is your main source of income, you are considered an independent contractor. Therefore, you need to go and get the tax form that is for independent contractors. I know it's some number, I don't remember the damn number. I'm not a tax agent, but you can look it up. You're an independent contractor. And what this does entail is that you report your own money, but that also means that you can get tax write-offs for whatever goes towards you and your business. You as a stripper are your own business. Therefore, your nails, your hair, your lashes, you can keep your receipts, you can keep them. I mean, some people do it all on their own. I know that H&R Block, they're sex worker friendly. You might be able to do some research with like local tax offices around you. I'm sure there's more in-depth YouTube videos, but that is the basic of what you need to know. If you're a stripper, you're an independent contractor, save your receipts for your outfits, your heels, whatever, waxes, anything that goes into you making sure you're ready to go make money at the club. That is important. Keep them in a book or something. And then you need to keep track of what you make, but you also need to take into account what you're losing, such as your house fee, gas to go to the club.
Tip out.
Yes.
You tip out at the end of the night too.
All of that.
You would need to be very, very detailed if you decide to do your taxes for stripping.
But also a heads up is some clubs are not gonna look out for you like that. You need to look out for yourself sometimes. For example, when the pandemic first happened at our old club, I was trying to file for unemployment and I asked the club owner for the tax ID number and he said he didn't know what it was, and even if he did know, he wouldn't give it to me. For some damn reason.
Yeah, and I had issues because back then I was, back when I was first getting my apartment, I was full-time stripping at that time. And I had issues just getting my freaking my first apartment because that was my only source of income.
Me too.
So, and he helped a little bit, but not every club is going to be like that. It was only because he was so like hands-on, making sure his club was good and the girls were good, that I could feel comfortable coming to him and asking him to help me out with getting the stuff needed for the apartment. But a lot of these clubs aren't like that. A lot of new clubs are just trying to hire as many girls as possible. They don't give a fuck about you.
And that is the thing. He did help me when getting my most recent apartment. I did have to get a notarized document from the club owner confirming how much money I made just to move in. And that was a bitch and a half to do. But he did help me with that. One of the co-owners turns out to be a notary, so we did go back and forth after I got into contact with him, and he did send me the documents. It was just more for the taxes. I don't know what it is with that. I think it's because technically at that club, they didn't really treat us like independent contractors. They had us there where we were supposed to work 4 days a week. Technically, you're not allowed to do that if we're independent contractors, so I think it has something to do with that, and it was just trying to avoid getting into trouble. But that is another thing to keep in mind. If stripping is your main source of income, you need to keep track of your money. You need to keep track of where it goes, because when you want to do things like take out a loan, move in somewhere, the basic shit, you're gonna have to have like that on file. You're gonna have to prove. You're gonna be like, yeah, I can pay like 3 months of rent in advance, and they're gonna be like, oh, well, we can't accept that. That's just the reality.
And your bank deposits are a good way to are a good source of evidence to show how much you do make as well. So if you do deposit your money like faithfully, you can use that to show them that you do make money.
But if you're like me and you don't do that, then there are some times where you may have to go get a notarized document.
Yeah. That's a little bit for the taxes portion of stripping, if you're interested in that. So If you have any other questions, once again, feel free to comment them down below.
We appreciate all the Q&A. We appreciate you guys, the subscribers. Hope you guys are staying safe, staying warm, and staying married.
Yes. Tune in again for the next video. Don't know when it's going to be,